Well, hello there, my beautiful friends. How are you guys? Today, super excited because I'm gonna play with the Beauty Bay Dark Fantasy palette. I purchased this off of Beauty Bay's website, as I usually do with most Beauty Bay items, because I don't know where else you can find them. Does usually take a little bit longer to get there, but I haven't bought all of Beauty Bay's palettes, but this is super fun, dark, edgy, smoky. Let's just see if a lady of a certain age can't get something. A couple things maybe that we would wear, maybe even out of the house. Imagine that. I did pick up a couple other products when I was ordering on their website. These are all Beauty Bay branded products. One of my dogs are right there. I've got a micro sketch eyebrow pencil. I do have some eyebrows from earlier on, but they could be touched up. I also have their brow fixer fiber gel. I think I'm just gonna use this one from Revolution Pro. It's a little paint pot type eye primer. I think it's a good dupe for like Max Painterly. That's what I'm finding. Sorry, I thought I had an open Beauty Bay in here. Actually, I kind of forgot that that's what it was. At first I was like, wait, I've got like 3 of these. That was not my most brightest moment. I always want to make sure I don't put on too much eye base. I've done several videos today because I'm trying to catch up on some stuff that's on my desk before I start traveling again, and I'm going to be traveling over the next couple weeks. Unfortunately, if you guys are not new here, you'll know that I do travel for work, and when I'm gone, I don't really film too much when I'm traveling. So yeah, I'm trying to play catch up right now, which is why I'm finally getting into this Beauty Bay bed. Should we do 3 looks? I think I can do 3 looks. These are so gorgeous and dark. When I look at it, I'm trying to figure out how to read these down. Like, I don't really think you go down a row because that gives you 3 shimmers. That one maybe. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I feel you. What about down a column? Maybe. That's kind of edgy. These are, down the columns are kind of pushing it for me. Squares though, that works. That works. Maybe that one. Definitely that one. Yeah, that would be really pretty. That's challenging me a little bit. That one maybe a little bit more. That one could be fun and different. That, sure. Maybe not that one. Probably not that one either. Yes on that one. Okay, so I have an idea here of either going down a row or in squares. Diagonals, not so much. They put the shimmers pretty much in all the diagonals, so we're not going to do that, and we're going to make them all slightly different. You guys good with that? 3 looks with this Beauty Bay palette. I've really enjoyed the Beauty Bay stuff. The thing that I have a hard time with, I'm starting with this bright white right here. I get so excited about them, and then it takes a long time to ship from Europe. And sometimes they have, you know, delays in shipping for a variety of reasons. I get excited to see something come in, and then it takes forever, and I'm just like, when's it coming? When's it coming? When's it coming? I feel like you're far away and you're a little high. Let me scoot you in. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I'm still getting used to this background behind me that is light colored. Okay, so that was the white in here called Atmosphere. I do like the fact that this palette has a nice white matte, which I prefer for inner corner highlight, as well as a black shade, which can be, you know, used to darken things up. I'm gonna take Hoax right here on the same brush I was just using, but I think because it's a bigger, fluffier brush, deposit it and then shear it out. My experience with, oh my gosh, I have a swatch there. My experience with Beauty Bay eyeshadows is that they're very good quality, especially for the price point. They're not expensive because they perform well. They kind of remind me a little bit of maybe LA Girl. I think it's kind of like the similar experience I get from it, although I think sometimes LA Girl's palettes are a little bit nicer. This is just a cardboard palette. Does it say where it's made? Beauty Bay, UK. According to US law, may not be suitable for use in the eye area. So they have some pigments as opposed to eyeshadows. It's a 20 color palette. Oh my gosh, the fine print is very fine. Cruelty-free, vegan, a lot of ingredients, but it's not telling me where it was made. Hold on. Okay, it does say that it was made in the PRC, but it's distributed by Beauty Bay UK. I've used that brown to kind of deepen up. Wow, that's super pretty. I could do something very similar to this for work and not much more, and that would be completely appropriate. I'm gonna take this burgundy color right here, and I've still got the same brush, but I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of it because I want it super saturated in my movable lid. At least that's the intention. Wow, these are going on very well. Very, very little patchiness, just a lot of pigmentation. I kind of forget about Beauty Bay sometimes because they're not expensive. And, you know, as in my quest for the new and the new experiences and bringing you guys good content, I sometimes forget how much I actually really do enjoy these. Let me grab a... This is a ginormous brush, but I'm gonna use this to kind of buff out the top a bit. So I've done several videos with Beauty Bay products. I'm still, I get nothing in PR, right? They don't send me any of these things. I purchase them with my own money and wait patiently for them to show up. I have to ask, have you guys ever purchased anything from Beauty Bay off of, you know, based on one of my videos? Have you been interested in the brand? Okay, that's super rich, exotic, smoky, fun. I'm gonna take it to a whole new level. I'm gonna take that champagne foiled metallic color here. It looks like gold lame. It's called Encrypted, and I wanted to put it on top of that burgundy because I thought that would give it real edgy richness. But you could obviously just put that gold lame right over your eyeshadow primer, for instance. Wow, that's super fun. I love that. Love, love, love that. I'm so happy with that right now. Okay, that's a lot of fun. Let me throw some mascara on and we'll see what else we need to do to it. Okay, top mascara is on. I'm loving the way this looks, but I feel like I need to do a little something down below. So I'm gonna take that brown again, this one right here. I'm gonna use this on my lower lash line, kind of smudging it into the lower lash line, stuff on top. I may actually go in just a little bit. Yeah, I actually really like that. That's really fun. Let's do something else kind of fun. We're gonna go still dark. They don't really give you a good transition shade, right? So you have to take a shade and then sheer it out. So I'm gonna take this dark purple in here called, they're calling it grunge. I don't know. When I think of grunge, I think of greens. What do you guys think of? I feel like I think of green shade. Purples are sometimes hard to formulate. So the fact that it's got a little patchy doesn't surprise me too much. I think I'm gonna switch to a little smaller brush because that feels a little bit difficult to control. It's actually much smaller. I grabbed the wrong brush. I think I meant to grab another one. I've got a whole collection here in front of me, which makes it nice when I'm, you know, concerned about washing them. This is a smaller brush. This is what I meant to grab. I know that I have lots of extras. My first favorites are gonna be my rougher brushes, then probably my Sigma brushes, then maybe my BH Cosmetics. I don't have any BK brushes. Wow, that went on really, really beautifully pigmented. And as I built it up to get the saturation level I wanted, I have very, very little patchiness where I've applied the darker. And I've managed to sheer it out a little bit too. So that's fun. Okay, we're gonna take the shade right here called Nightmare. I have to take a deep breath and kind of steel myself because it is such a dark purple shade, but it's got like this fuchsia, I'm gonna call it almost like a fluorescent purple. It's so pretty. Wow. Beauty Bay does have really, really beautiful, beautiful shimmers. Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted when you go to the Beauty Bay website. They have another company called, it's not their company, it's like Simple Beauty or something like that. Similar looking palettes, but that is junk. Don't go for those ones. Go for the Beauty Bay store brand palettes because they're very, very nice. I'm gonna go into this silver shade right here called Grime. Why did that girl, that musical artist that has babies with Elon Musk, why does she go by Grime? I'm ignorant in these things. This is giving me all kinds of like rock star vibes. Super interesting and different than this, but still very interesting. Okay, we're gonna take the black shade down here. We're gonna smoke this dark, sultry look up just a little bit. Wow, I am loving this. This is definitely a palette that I could use for either the nights that my husband's playing and I want to get a little rockstar wife kind of dolled up, or date night. Definitely feeling very fun, exotic. I'm cleaning off that same brush. I'm gonna pick a little bit of that purple. I didn't use any light shades on this look at all, and despite that, I would leave the house like this. I would leave the house with either one of these looks. They're very different. For me, I think they're very bold, but when I do the sort of subtle kind of like peachy nudie lip and cheek, then I think you can go pretty bold with the eyeshadow. I love this. This is fun. Oh my gosh, I needed this. I needed a chance to just kind of sit down and play with makeup. And when I got these in, I was like, when am I gonna have time to play with it? Now is the time. Okay, so I am thoroughly enjoying the experience of both of these. I think they're definitely edgy, maybe a little bit much for a nice, respectable lady of a certain age, but you know, those types of girls really make history, right? Let me take this off and let me come back, and I want to do a green look, but I want to use a number of shades, more than just the 4 that I have in each one of these eyes. I'm going to take this off. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I've cleaned off, but I'm a little messy underneath. I think once I get the next eyeshadow look done, I'll be able to clean up. I'm a little concerned that there might be some fallout, so I'm not going to do like the perfect patch job underneath my eyes quite yet. Let's go back into that same pot of eyeshadow base. Could have done this before I got turned the camera back on. Okay, so I'm going to take this shade right here called Plasma. That's going to be the majority of my focal point in this look. I think that even though it looks ridiculously pigmented in the pan, that seafoam is really pretty. It's not a color that I would normally just do on my eyes, frankly. I wouldn't necessarily choose this, but I think it actually works really well with brown eyes. Probably a variety of different eye shades, actually. Let's see how this looks on this side where my eye is a little bit less damp. You guys, I've been so excited to play with this palette. While I was there, I also picked up the New Mood palette from Beauty Bay. I didn't buy that on its first release, but since I was placing the order for this one, I went ahead and picked it up. And then when I got it, they actually sent me another one for free. They had a gift with purchase. It's called Fiery 2.0. I also have the big, I'm grabbing this dark green right here called Spaced. I also have a couple of their larger palettes. They did a blue one and a green one and a berry one. Is it blue or purple? Anyway, I've got those. I meant to film with them a while back, and I never got around to it. I was so busy filming other stuff that it ended up going on my shelf before I even actually did a video on it. Okay, this shade I think would be less patchy if my eye wasn't leaky right there. It's very damp right there. So I have those other palettes. I didn't declutter them or anything like that. I just haven't used them yet. Sometimes I like to wait until I can do a video with you guys and then film like a first impression. I'm still working with this Spaced shade right here to pack it up even on that damp section. Probably what I should do after I'm done here is take my contacts off, do some face masks. I've got some work I still have to do tonight. It's kind of later at night for me. My husband's band's out playing right now. They're practicing. So I had the house to myself. I know I wanted to get a little bit more filming done, but I need to do some self-care too. So would you guys purchase a colorful yet edgy palette like this? This is not necessarily rainbow, right? Because you don't have red and orange and yellow along with your green. But I feel like this is like the dark, edgy, smoky version of it. I don't know. I like palettes like these. I typically like a grungy green, what I would refer to as a grungy green. This is feeling very forest-like. We're gonna see what happens when I put on the bright slime green. Oh my gosh, I love those greens. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to take Machine, this shade right here. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Oh, this is now just giving me all kinds of holiday vibe. Wow, that Machine color, beautiful. These shades are so foiled. You know what they remind me of? These remind me of the Blend Bunny. The Blend Bunny palette I did was Dollhouse. I feel like some of the shades in here remind me of that. They feel very similar to it, and they're super foiled and pretty. I think I need to take Transmission, this one right here, gold, plop that right here in the inner third. Yeah, this right now, gold and green. Ooh, like traditional Christmas colors, you know? The red lip. Like, could you get a more literal translation? I haven't had a red and green tree, red, gold, and green tree for a really long time. I tend to do more like frosted light blues and silvers and stuff like that. Are you guys celebrating Christmas? Are you guys doing it? This is, I think, the last year that my kids are in town. I think they're moving out of town. So I want to make sure we do, you know, as much traditional as we can. But I'll be curious to see what we do next year, you know, with them being out of town. Are they going to come back? I hope so. I hope I see them around the holidays. All right, we're going to take a little bit of this slime green right here, and that's going to be my under eye transition shade. I should touch up and clean up and all that kind of stuff, but the reality is I'm just going to take this off here in a minute. And we really wanted to see, more than anything, what can we do with multiple looks from that? Would we leave the house, right? Normally when I do 3 looks or multiple looks with a single palette, I'm one, looking to see if I can get a workable look. Can I get a date night look? Can I get a fun, like, everyday look that I would leave the house in? I think this palette, by and large, gets me all the fun date night, fun looks I could possibly imagine. And I don't think it gives me any work looks. I don't think there's really, I mean, there's like one shade that I think I get away with. This one right here, I could use that for work. I'm taking this sparkly black one right now called Virtual here, down here, a little bit towards the outside. This is a lot. This is like overboard, but it's so pretty. And these palettes really aren't very expensive. Okay, I'm loving the way this looks. Let's put some mascara on and we'll finish up. We have a lot of green eyeshadow. And it's fun. It's fun and different and a little out of our comfort zone, right? But I think it's really fun. We're gonna try the eyebrow pencil. I don't think I have one of these. I just did a like massive declutter and rid of so much stuff. I can't remember if I picked up one of these or if I already had one of these. Maybe it's in my backup. It's like a little micro point. The Beauty Bay brand just is not expensive. So it's easy to go, oh, we'll just add a cart, add to cart, add to cart. I have done a couple videos already of all Beauty Bay product. I have decluttered a number of them just because I wasn't using them and I'd rather them go to somebody else versus just having them here and having them spoil, because it will eventually if you don't use them. I have zero issue with that eyebrow pencil. That was fine. Well, it's a little much, but I've got a whole lot going on right now. Let's try their eyebrow gel. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, this one's colored. Yeah. I don't always gravitate towards colored eyebrow gels or fixers or whatever because I'd almost rather have a clear one. There is so much going on up here right now. Tell me, what do you guys think of this? Would you guys leave the house with this much green eyeshadow going on? Up close, it looks really, really pretty. I don't know if you guys can really get a full effect of it. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I don't know if I'll do something like this and actually leave the house. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so I used this right here, this right here, this, actually all of that right there. So I've only not used these 6 shades. If you want me to come back and do more looks with this or bounce around or specifically look at, you know, exact combinations, like look at this. This right here called Source. This one right here called Distortion. Whoa, that is stunning. That all over the lid. Perfection. And then this one here is called Hack. Super bright and foiled. Just probably put way too much on. You guys, I need to get out of your hair. I need to go take my contacts off and put some glasses on. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope you guys consider sticking around. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Helps me. It lets me know what you guys want to see. If you guys give it a thumbs up, then I go, oh, okay, they like this kind of content. And then I can do more for you. If you guys have any requests, let me know. I have a huge collection. Oftentimes, if I don't already have it, I might be compelled to buy it, or it might already be in the works. So if you guys have any requests, anything that you want to see, either something that I'm shopping my stash or something that I'm really reaching for, something that I just recently got. If you guys didn't get enough of it and you want to see more of it, let me know. Give me the request and I'll hook you up. I have no problem doing that. All right, you guys, I hope you guys are doing really well. And yeah, until my next video, bye for now.